down, Bob, zip down, man. There's Molly, Betty, and my name.
Mama.
Wish I knew you. It's a hit.
Wish I knew about you.
That was the great Bobby Lee Wilson. That wasn't us singing. That was a real song made by a real man.
They say Bobby Lee Wilson in this episode so many times.
They say Bobby Lee Wilson so many times that for a second I thought he was a real person. And then I quickly realized, no, he's not. He is not real at all. I Googled him and all I found was obituaries. So.
And not the right obituaries.
No, not any that say he's a fiddler. Hey, welcome to episode 12, Self-Gifting Serenade of Malibu and the Family Man.
And that is not a euphemism for anything.
Self-gifting serenade? I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like when I was 12 years old, I was giving myself self-gifting serenades, if you know what I'm saying. Looking at those yabos.
Title for our OnlyFans.
Hey, that's a great idea. Yeah. Well, hopefully we'll have by the time this episode comes out, our OnlyFans will have already been launched. So
yeah, it'll be huge.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be the biggest OnlyFans account ever. Move over, Wiz Khalifa or whoever has the biggest one. Talking about dongers.
I want to say Giz Khalifa, but
Giz.
Yeah, well,
is that
I
how
want
you
to say the hard J one, but
Yizz Khalifa.
That's a little bit more G-rated, I think.
I think so. I think you're right. Yeah. Like when you say "Yizz in my face," people know what you're just joking around when you say stuff. That's just locker room talk when you say stuff like that.
Yeah, it's just pals palling around
exactly.
in the locker room,
just having a good time.
Ooh, we should do a lot of locker room stuff on OnlyFans.
That's a great idea. Yeah. We should show off how much Yizz we can be.
Should we measure our Yizz?
I think so. Yeah. I think that's a great idea. No, I think that's a great idea. We should eat different kinds of food, see if it changes the color and flavor of our Yizz, and just really just go all in on Yizz play.
Yeah, I'm ready to double down on Yizz ideas.
I think it's a great idea.
That'll sell.
I hated that idea, but I love Yizz.
Oh, what a weird start to this episode.
No, it's totally in line with what this episode's about, which is Dan. To be fair,
true.
This episode is about Dan blowing his wad. So, all this Yizz talk is I think it's pretty on brand.
Yeah, it's very on brand.
Yeah.
I want to meet Bobby Lee Wilson. I want to shake his hand and see how much Yizz he can produce.
Yeah, I want to hold up a fiddle and go, fill this with Yizz for me, and I'll buy it from you for $10,000.
We could just have hours and hours of talk about celebrities and how much Yizz they can produce.
Maybe that's our OnlyFans then. Is just us comparing.
Gavin.
Exactly, guessing how much Yizz celebrities can produce and.
Hopefully we can produce though.
Well, that's going to be the biggest thing. Is once you've really emptied your Yizz bag, it's hard. It takes time to fill it back up.
Yeah, you gotta have a resting period.
Yeah, I need about 10 minutes before I can really start using that Yizz bag again. So,
or even talking about Yizz in that bag.
Can we make a shirt that just says Yizz on it? YIZZ.
I think this is it.
I think
this is it.
That's what we're going to sell on our OnlyFans is Yizz shirts and shirts that say Yas Queen get an abortion. That's what our OnlyFans is going to be. Just those two things.
I think people will sign up. Glitter queens.
For sure. Bug chasers, whatever. All kinds of people will sign up for it.
Glitter queens and bug chasers.
Welcome, all you glitter queens and bug chasers. Well, I guess I'm changing the write-up on our OnlyFans account.
Is somebody writing this down? Could you summarize this for us?
Oh, I'm writing it down. I'm writing it down right on our OnlyFans page. Don't you worry about that.
That's great, because I don't have a mind for it.
No, that's okay. I'll get it all set up.
So we start this episode in Bam Wallet's office.
Yes, exactly. Yes, you're absolutely right. You are 100% right.
And they're going to go on the links, Dan and Bam.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to go shoot a round of golf for the very first time, but Bam Wallets does not like first times.
No.
So he pays them off with a tenner
Mm-hmm.
to
Say it's
call
the
it the
time.
third time.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Well, it's Bam Wallets. He's eccentric as frick. He just, he's just a weird dude, and I thought it was really dumb. I thought it was a dumb character trait of his. Hang on. I'm just finishing up our write-up here. Sorry, listeners. I know this is bad content, but I don't care.
Well, I will shoot you in on this shot.
Hit me with it.
That Dan's trying to get a cappuccino machine for their break room, conference room, where they put dartboards behind plants.
How's this for the first line of our bio on OnlyFans? Welcome, all you glitter queens, bug chasers, and Yizz Heads to God's favorite podcast.
I'm glad you put God in there.
Well, of course, it's God's favorite podcast. All the Yizz Heads know that this is where God goes to listen to his two purest boys and their purest creation.
And maybe we could get God to chime in on like Yizz factories and how much Yizz people can produce.
Well, yeah,
he's got to know.
Well, why he put limits on Yizz? He created everything.
Why are there limits on Yizz? These are the hard-hitting questions.
There's the shirt. Infinite Yizz. That's all it says on it.
Question mark?
Infinity sign?
Yeah, the alpha and the omega.
Exactly. It's what looks like one of those coexist bumper stickers, but it just says Infinite Yizz instead. Listeners, I'm trying to get him to spit his coffee out.
Not gonna happen. It keeps my coffee in the side.
That's a good call. That's where it belongs.
Just like my Yizz.
No, mine's turn on a black light anywhere in my house, and it's Yizz City, baby.
Jackson Pollock.
Yes. Ooh, that's good. I like that. The soft J on Jackson. That's lovely.
But so you really Yizz everywhere, hey?
Yeah. I'm just walking around. I'm just like a fire hose,
Spraying it down.
Just spraying, yeah. Pure Flakes, hit us up anytime for that sponsorship. We'll make officially branded Pure Flakes merchandise that says Yizz Head on it. You bet we will. Just for you. Coffee mugs that say Yizz Cup. Whatever you want. All in the name of God and Pure Flakes and the almighty dollar.
I like to keep my Yizz in my yak.
That's a good call, yeah.
That's a good call.
Yeah, yak and the beanstalk, Do you have a name for your
Hey, mama.
Wish I'd listened to you. Wish I hadn't talked about Yizz.
It's a hard thing to come down from, right?
Well, it's a hard thing to Yizz down from, yeah. Do you have a name for your junk? Do you have a nickname for your wedding tackle?
I've never had a name for my wedding tackle at all. Well, I've used it for jokes. I've called my balls something.
What have you called them?
I don't know, like Mr. Hanky or something. But
okay, yeah, and your peen was
but
Mr.
never
Yankee.
A permanent name.
That's fair.
You?
Yeah, I said I brought it up just so I could tell you the perfect name for my wedding tackle. I've come up with the best name for it. Yeah, constantly. I'm always shouting it at people out of cars. I'm always writing it down on like doctor's notes, all kinds of stuff. Anytime I have to fill out any kind of like anything, I always include that on there. If there's a little like about
you're
me
a
section.
doctor, so
I'm a medical professional in the eyes of the Lord and the law. So.
So on every prescription note, you put that down.
Yeah, they go, what do you call your wedding tackle? And I say, I call it Jacob Tutu and the Hooded Fang. That's what I call it.
The Hooded Fang, do you got a hook?
It's got a hood. And it's sharp. And it'll get you.
Sharp, sharp, sharp.
That's right. Anyway, that's the perfect name for your wedding tackle. You can't use it, it's mine, in your face.
So you told people and they can't use it?
Yeah. Well, I've told them that like it's what I call mine, but they aren't allowed to use it for theirs, especially if they're a woman. What would be the Hooded Fang?
Hey, labia.
Good call. Majora or Menorah? Are they Jewish?
Probably menorah, because it sounds like a Harry Potter magic thing.
Well, it is a Jewish term.
I don't think so. I don't think you can substantiate that.
Sorry, it's a Jewish term. My apologies.
There we go.
Wish I'd listened to
Continuity counts.
Exactly. Dan's trying to get a cappuccino machine for the break room. That's like the whole point. It's like the whole through line of this episode. A dumb cappuccino machine. Which, like, how much could that be? If everyone pitches in $50, they could probably buy a cappuccino machine.
Yeah, probably cheaper than a $10,000 fiddle.
Oh my God. So yeah, Dan confesses to what's his name, Bam Wallets, that he loves fiddling. He's a real fiddler, and Bam's like, "Do you love Bobby Lee Wilson of the Grand Ole Opry?" And Dan goes, "Yeah."
Oh my God, he's my hero.
Oh, he's the whole reason I got into fiddling. It's like, okay,
my fiddle god.
Yas Queen, fiddle god, and he, so Bam just calls him. He just picks up his phone, calls Bobby Lee Wilson. He's like, "Hey, brah, do you want to sell me a fiddle?" And Bobby Lee goes, "Sure." And he goes, "Okay, Dan, do you have $10,000 to buy this fiddle?" And Dan's like, $10,000? And he goes, "Great. It's sold for $10,000. Thanks, Bobby Lee Wilson." And then, in the most exciting moment in Malibu Dan history, Bam Wallets utters our catchphrase, "I love you," and then hangs up the phone, and it made my whole week.
Praise him.
Praise him. Praise Bam Wallets. Build a golden statue to him.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, that's what all of our money from our OnlyFans will go towards building a golden statue of Bam Wallets, a.k.a. John O'Hurley.
Can we make it out of copper and funnel the money?
Sure, we'll just say it's gold. We'll make it out of copper. We'll make it out of paper mache. We'll spray paint it with gold spray paint. We'll pocket the rest of the money.
Papier-mâché. We should get together and do some papier-mâché.
That's not a bad idea. Cover a balloon with it and then pop the balloon. Then you got a nice round paper mache. That's pretty nice.
That's the head.
That's the head. Okay.
It's getting through to you guys.
Yeah, y'all understanding? Are y'all thinking about how often you're going to use the word Yizz in your life now? Because it better be a lot.
Are you thinking about the volume of your Yizz? Because think no more.
With our new Pure Boys Yizz measuring cups, you can find out exactly how much Yizz you produce.
That's an Etsy worth starting.
Oh, yeah. Sponsored by Pureflix. It says Pureflix right on them.
Oh, I want nothing more than to do that.
Well, we just got to keep tweeting at them, and then one day they'll tweet back at us. Instead of just liking our tweets, they'll actually tweet back at us and go, "We really liked your idea for a Yizz measuring cup. Let's make it happen."
We want to know the measuring. Maybe they can sell the data.
The data? To who?
Yeah.
Like Russia?
Yeah, Russia or Facebook or
China.
Russian Facebook.
Yeah, that's
China.
true.
You're right, it's China.
It's China. It's always China, yeah.
Do you think China's on the moon?
Yeah. Yeah. They got a whole base on the dark side of the moon. Everybody knows that. Unless you're a dumb idiot. Unless you're a dumb soy boy, you don't know that China's on the moon.
Probably digging up helium-3.
Is that where it is? Because we're running out on Earth.
Is that where it could be? I don't know. Is that where it is? Your inquisitive nature really kicked into full force there.
I'm a curious cat. Everybody says that about me. What's this episode about? This episode's mostly about Yizz, but what's this Malibu Dan episode about?
Well, I mean, he's got this violin/fiddle.
Right, Dan buys his dumb fiddle. Which is there is a difference between a violin and a fiddle.
I think so. I think Nicole hits it right on the head that this is definitely a violin and not a fiddle. I think a fiddle's got like a skinnier dick. I don't know what the difference is.
Yeah, I don't know either. We could have looked it up, but well, frick you. How's that sound? Frick you. That's why we didn't look it up.
I'm just playing for laughs, not for info.
Exactly. But this episode really endeared Nicole to me. It made Nicole my favorite character on the show because The whole time, Dan's talking about this fiddle that he has, and he's like, I got this fiddle, and it's a Bobby Lee Wilson original. And Holiday is like, oh my gosh, a Bobby Lee Wilson original. I love Bobby Lee Wilson. And Reggie's like, I love Bobby Lee Wilson. And Nicole is going, who is Bobby Lee Wilson? I don't know what that is. And I'm going, yes, Nicole. Who is Bobby Lee Wilson? A fiddle is different than a violin. Maybe the difference is how you play it. Maybe it's the same kind of instrument, but it's how you rosin your bow that it's different. That's a euphemism.
I think you might be right. I think there's no way that we could humanly figure it out.
You're right. Yeah. I took time to update our OnlyFans bio, but I'm not going to take time to look up the difference between a fiddle and a violin.
That is not what this show is all about.
No.
We can update our OnlyFans. We can say hello to Pamela Anderson.
Oh, yeah. Why aren't we following her on Twitter? What an idiot I am.
Do you think she has a Twitter?
Yeah.
She probably has an Instagram with those yabos.
She's probably got an OnlyFans with those yabos, you know?
Do you think we could do something with Pamela Anderson on OnlyFans?
I think
Get
so.
Get a collab.
Yeah, do a barbed wire table read.
She can measure our we can send it to her.
Yizz, come on, man. Now I got to censor that. God, mark the time. 16:10.
Did I say?
Yeah, you said a hard J.
Oh, no.
You said a juicy J on this episode. Way to go.
I ruined the whole episode.
You did. You really Yizzed yourself. As a wise guy I used to know once said, you facialed yourself.
Yeah, it's true.
It is
all
true.
over the place.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we love Nicole.
We love Nicole.
She's the heart of this show.
Yeah. Agreed.
She's the millennial.
And we're millennials. We love avocado toast. We love not buying diamonds. We love living in poverty and renting our homes. Not you, of course. You own a home.
Well, I own-ish a home.
Oh,
I have to rent it from the government.
Oh, you have to rent it from your wife, whose name is only on the lease.
That's very, very true. Did you clock the new crowd noise when Dan finishes playing?
Oh, yeah, we got to talk about that. Yes, the cheers were great. I love that they use them a couple times. See, again, they find new buttons on their editing software and go, oh, we have applause. Why aren't we using applause in this show? I will say, so Holiday comes in, she looks at the fiddle and goes, hand-carved fiddle with gemstone accents? If I didn't know better, I'd say it's a Bobby Lee Wilson. And I went, what are you, Holiday? Like, get out of here. You're my least favorite character on the show, Holiday Sinclair. Even over Reggie or Arlen. I'd rather have an Arlen-centric episode than a Holiday Sinclair episode.
You mean the fact that she had a band called Female Overdrive didn't get you on board with Holiday Sinclair?
No, not at all. Call it Female Yizz. Your high school band. People go, wow, that's a crazy name.
I don't think females have Yizz.
That's what I mean. But that's why it's a good, well, yeah, it's just P. That's why it's a good name for a band.
It's just P.
I say, Mama, wish I was new. Oh, we're earning the explicit rating back with this episode, I guess. Well, not really. We haven't said anything. We haven't cussed. And as long as you don't cuss, you don't get that E, so it's fine.
I did say that one J. I'm going to be laying awake at night tonight thinking about that hard J.
Don't worry. I'll edit it out. I'll put a little censor over it. I'll put a boop over it, and then no one will know the difference.
Did you really timestamp this one?
I'm sure. I mean, I'll listen to it 50 times before it comes out. So yeah, I'll figure out where it is. I'll get that J out of there.
That's really why we're laying awake at night. Is because we're listening to our episodes over and over again.
Is this good?
Just
are we funny?
Screaming.
Just having anxiety about it. Is this people liking this? Is there people listening?
Are the 5 people listening
loving
it?
We have like 10 listeners. We have listeners all over the world, mind you. I think that's my favorite thing about our show is seeing when like a listener pops up in the Philippines for like one episode and then never comes back. And you go like, oh, you thought this was something different, didn't you, Filipino listener? Well, it's not. Bye-bye.
Well, email us and yell at us.
Yeah. Tell us how much Yizz you make. Email us at pureboyspod@gmail.com or tweet at us at pureboyspod. Tell us.
Do you want it in metric or imperial?
Whatever your country uses. We'll figure it out. We can convert it.
I'd like to get hard a hard
I'd like to get
line
hard,
on that.
yeah. No, I'm with you. I'd like to get hard. Send us pictures of handfuls, whatever.
Handfuls of what?
Yizz. Address them to
Too
Jonathan
far.
Taylor.
Too far.
Not too far. Not far
That
enough
one
as far
was-
as I'm concerned. You know what isn't
That's
too
a hard
far?
J.
You know what isn't too far? The holes in Robin Givens' pants in this episode.
It's ridiculous, right? Like, I know it's a fashion trend, and it has been for quite a while, but it is sloppy joppy.
Like, she is missing from mid-thigh to mid-shin on one leg. And it's like, aren't you cold? Well, you're in Malibu, so you're probably not cold. But, like, if the wind blows, do your pants inflate? What happens there? I gotta say, though, looking good in those pants. Even though I'm ragging on those pants, it was a good look for her. She's looking fly.
She's looking fly as heck, but she is definitely ripped from tip to yanked.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Because she had kids? Is that what you're saying?
No, because just the jeans, my friend.
Oh, sorry. I was thinking a different kind of ripped. I understand what you mean. More of a tear, if you get my drift.
Yeah.
Yeah. We also find out that Jess, that's Robin Givens, gaslights Big Farty Marty Dankles all the time by buying expensive clothes and then saying, oh, I just found this in my closet. This is like an old thing that I bought that I found in my closet. And Farty Marty Dankles just can't believe all the clothes that he forgets I have. And it's like, well, that's a mean thing to do to your husband. You're making him insane. Why would you do that?
You have to lie to your significant other to get by.
That's right.
And Farty Marty also lies about having new golf clubs and just says he's borrowing them from Dan.
Now, I don't know about you, but I have a joint bank account with my wife, and if anything goes down, you see it in the thing. Like, if Dan spent 10 grand, wouldn't Kate go, hey, where'd that 10 grand go that we had? Why did you send 10 grand to Bobby Lee Wilson, famous fiddler from the Grand Ole Opry?
No, you gotta have a secret credit card. You gotta have a secret bank account.
Yeah.
You gotta be able to play by your own rules.
That's right. I'm standing up.
Oh, I saw crotch.
That's right. Wearing pants today, so I'm not ashamed and I'm not afraid.
Big rip in your jeans.
Man, speaking of I'm not afraid, do you remember when Eminem used to sing? Remember how much that sucked? What a weird time.
I'm not afraid.
This is a weird time.
Yeah, it really glumped his glaw.
Yeah, I got nothing to add to that. That made me think of it. And I went, God, don't ever do that again, Eminem. Don't sing. We don't want that. We want you to talk
Eminem's gonna come right for our only.
I know. We'll tweet at him.
Account.
We'll say, quit singing. Keep talking about killing your ex-wife. That's what we want out of music.
Kind of sucks that we don't get stats on like living and who has the most years production in life,
When we talk to God, we'll get that sorted out.
Well,
when we die.
Do we have to die?
Yes. Or like a bush will light on fire and talk to us, or I don't know, an angel that's just the most horrifying thing imaginable will come down and talk to us, or whatever, right? Like,
he can always resurrect us.
Exactly. So how about this? Why don't we do like a flatliner situation where we just shock ourselves and put ourselves close to death just to see what the afterlife is like, and ask God how much Yizz, the most amount of Yizz is, and then the other person shocks and brings us back. That type of thing. How's that sound?
Now this is an OnlyFans I will sign up for if it's some kind of
Pure Boys Flatliners. Your questions to God. We'll flatline ourselves and ask your questions to God. You tell us what you want to know and we'll find out.
And we'll fake the whole thing.
No. We'll really do it. You're going under, pal. I'll bring you back, but you're going under.
We have the technology. You can just adrenaline me up.
Yeah, I'll play a Econoline Crush, and it'll adrenaline you up, and you'll feel great, and you'll wake right back up.
Can you believe the police come by and arrest Dan?
Can you believe that police officer just got his driver's license? He is like 16. He's a child.
He's way too buff to be 16. He's at least 17.
Buff? That kid could barely hold a gun.
Heck.
He's not buff. He's a skinny little twink boy who we're supposed to believe is a Malibu police officer. First of all, why isn't he on a bicycle? Second of all, why is he not graduated from high school yet? It's easy to become a cop, apparently.
His leather glove is really weird. I think the tweens be doing that nowadays.
His leather glove, that's a euphemism for sure.
For?
I'm not a youth. I'm a millennial. I'm not Gen Z. I don't know what leather gloves are. I don't know. All the kids saying, hey, make sure to throw on your leather glove before you come over tonight. I don't know what that means. My parents aren't home.
Leather glove, plastic palm.
Exactly. Yizz catcher. It's like fox catcher, but very different, you know?
Yeah, why are professional baseball catchers not called Yizz catchers?
That's a good call. Yeah, I do like that both baseball and like the gay sex community have adopted pitcher and catcher as like, those are both elements of it. I think that's a nice crossover between those two things.
It's a really nice crossover. Do you think all people who play baseball are pitchers and catchers?
Well, I don't think the catchers are pitchers, and I don't think the pitchers are catchers, but I do think that everyone who plays baseball is gay, if that's what you're asking. Yes.
No, I would never say that.
Okay, well, you would never say that, but I clearly just did. So if you got a problem with it, tweet at PureBoysPod on Twitter, and we'll get to the bottom of this.
Sounds great.
Yeah. So Dan's he's arrested and he's in jail. And illegally, and also this cop is an idiot. He's like, Bobby Lee Wilson said that there's counterfeit fiddles being sold, and you're making them and you're selling them. And it's like, there's 4 people on social media that have fake Bobby Lee Wilson fiddles. I go, well, why wouldn't you talk to those people first? Why would you immediately arrest Dan instead of talking to all of his coworkers who are posting photos in the office with the same fiddle that Dan has? Maybe they're not counterfeits. Maybe all these photos were taken at this. Look at the timestamps on the photos.
Well, this is a young cop, as you said earlier, and he really wants to get his nut. He really wants to crack down on this counterfeit case, and he goes right to the source, just like Bobby Lee Williams tells him to.
Wilson, please. He's not a real person. Get his name right. They keep saying his name, though. Bobby Lee Wilson. Bobby Lee Wilson. Oh, Bobby Lee Wilson. And then Bobby Lee Wilson shows up. And it's some cowboy, some rhinestone cowboy comes into the jail or the interrogation room and goes, give me my fiddle, Dan. Yeah, say, mama, wish I'd listen to Bobby Lee Wilson.
Yeah, just imagine a cowboy in his prime, and that's who Bobby Lee Wilson is.
Imagine a cowboy older than any cowboy has ever been. Imagine a cowboy who 100 years ago would have died 30 years prior to that. That's who this man is.
Yeah, he doesn't even have fingers anymore, much less the will to live.
He fiddled them off.
That's the number one risk when you take on fiddling, is that you're going to lose your fingers eventually.
Yeah, you're going to rosin up that bow. You're going to chop your fingers right off.
And then you go straight to hell because you can't beat the devil in a fiddle off.
Exactly. Oh my gosh, what a nightmare. Oh, if that's how you have to go to heaven or hell is by beating the devil in a fiddle off, I guess hell is just crowded. There's not many people in heaven. For some reason, God loves fiddles. So everyone who was born before the fiddle was made is in hell for sure. And then 90%
whales are in hell.
Yeah, of course. Whales, dogs, like unproduced yizz. It's all in hell. And then 99% of the people born after the fiddle was made are also in hell. There's a little tiny chunk of people, and even then, the chunk of people that could beat the devil in a fiddle off is even smaller than that. Yeah. Wow.
And wow, indeed. And your fingers are falling off eventually. So, I mean, do you get new fingers when you go to hell to face the devil in a rematch? You don't get new fingers.
You got to dance with the one who brought you, pal. And if it's No Fingers McGee, then that's who you're dancing with. When I was in high school, we had to learn how to like waltz and all that kind of stuff. Like, you do those you take dance classes.
I did the thing.
Yeah, and the girl I was partnered with had warts all over her hands, and I remember being like, sexy. Well, this is not fun. I wish that I wasn't partnered with this person.
You didn't tell her to duct tape her warts?
No, I didn't say take a knife and carve those warts out, please. Please. That's nice. If Christian movies have taught me anything, you can be a dick to someone, and then as long as you're nice right after and say please, they'll do what you ask. So I was like, carve those warts out. Carve those warts out, please. And she was like, okay, yeah, no problem.
I think from this moment on, we should use please and thank you a lot more on this podcast.
Thank you. That's a great idea. I think we should do that.
Please, I think we should.
Please, I think we should. So they don't get a cappuccino machine. Instead, they get a popcorn machine. End of the episode.
We probably have so much time in this episode. We're probably at like 22 minutes.
We're at 30 minutes and 5 seconds. So
are you real?
Yeah, I'm real, dog. Much like Jennifer Lopez, I'm real.
Okay. So I think to summarize this episode, we should get what we think our Yizz count is.
Okay, so we're gonna pause this recording. We're gonna go to the S Bank
Saloon.
The saloon. We're gonna drop a dime of Yizz, and we'll find out who's got the most. I'll tell you, it's you probably.
No, I just Yizz. So.
Oh yeah. Nah.
I probably don't have enough banks to spare.
Here's the thing. At the end of the episode, we go into the credits. Hey, mama, that song's playing over the credits, and you're loving it. Do you?
Thank you.
Thank you. Please continue talking. Please keep singing.
We love you.
Hey,
mama. Think about you.
So I'm so curious because at the start of the episode, in the opening credits, they say guest starring Robin Gibbons, Big Farty Marty Dankles, all the people are there, but there's nobody that I haven't seen before. And then this guy named Bobby Lee Wilson shows up. So I'm watching the end credits going, is that a real man? The fake audience cheers when he comes in as if he's a real man, but it's not.
They have a real song at the end
Hey,
with
mama.
him supposedly singing.
Yep.
It's about you.
It's about you. And then it's like, they go through the credits, and then it says, and Gene Autry as Bobby Lee Wilson. And I'm like, oh, I've heard the name.
Gene Autry.
I've heard the name Gene Autry before.
Very recognizable name.
Yeah.
Name.
So like, okay, so this rhinestone cowboy must be Gene Autry. So I Google Gene Autry, only to find out that he has died in 1998. So who the frick is Bobby Lee Wilson? He's not Gene Autry, because he's dead. For 19 years he's been dead. Who is this man? So
then I looked up Gene Autry, fiddle player.
Yeah.
To see if I could whittle this down.
Whittle this fiddle.
Yeah, whittle this fiddle. And I can't find any pictures of the man that we see in this episode.
Also, the song they play at the end of the episode is just an a cappella song. There's no fiddle in it at all.
And that's what really grinds your gears, right?
I just realized that. It's just such a weird decision to just, we got the rights to this Babo song, whatever, and we put it in there, and then we hired some homeless man to play Bobby Lee Wilson, also maybe Gene Autry. The ghost of Gene Autry showed up. I'm very confused. And I know if we tweet David A.R. White about this, we're not going to get an answer. We're just going to get a like from the intern that runs his Twitter account.
He probably knows, because it seems like Dan is a real fan of this man.
There's a genuine smile on his face when Bobby Lee Wilson walks in the room. And I went, oh, so this must be a person then. It's not.
It must be a person, but the Google searches dumbfound you. If you ever look this up and try to figure this out, you will not, because it's just a bunch of deceased people that don't exist in celebrity world.
Or in Kansas or Arkansas, places where people named Bobby Lee Wilson have died for real. There was a Bobby Lee Wilson that died in 2017. I thought, oh, maybe that's the guy. It's not. Yep. There's nothing about him. Not a person. Not a person anymore.
Yeah, I almost put it to bed because I was like, oh, well, this guy keeled over right after this episode. That tracks. But it's not. And it's not Gene Autry. It's not the famous Gene Autry that comes up, but it is a Gene Autry, or maybe that's a stage name.
It's not. It's not any Gene Autry, because I Googled Gene Autry, Malibu Dan, and nothing came up. It's not a thing. Bobby Lee Wilson isn't real, and Gene Autry isn't real. None of it's real. The only thing's real is the Yizz in my Yizz bag, and that's the only real thing, and that's all you got. That's all you got in life. All right? All you got in life is your name and your Yizz. That's it.
This is a whole Malibu Dan Reloaded situation again. It's fake, man.
It's fake. It's fake. What have we stumbled into? What is this podcast? I feel like we're conspiracy theorists all of a sudden. We wear tinfoil hats and go, shows aren't real, Bobby Lee Wilson isn't real, Gene Autry isn't real, none of this is real, but it's treated like it's real, and nobody's responding to us. I don't know what's going on anymore. Who am I? I'm Zachariah Ty Bryan. That's not real. I don't know anything is real anymore.
What is reality, and why does reality exist?
What is reality? You know what? Let's flatline, talk to God. We'll find out the answers. We'll get back to you next week on Midweek Free Treat, Malibu Down the Family Man. I love you.
Thank you. I love you.
We love you.
We love you. Are we supposed to do that?
I think so. I think that's how it usually ends.
Okay, great.
Malibu Down. Malibu Down.
A little bit.
I'm listening to you.